Mr. President. The Nkandla matter has been a big problem for all of us because we believe strongly that you must pay something. So don't tell me about video games of Ntleko. I don't recognize those video games. He must go and play them with his kids in his house. The only report which is legitimate and legal, is the advocate Tulima Donsela's report. And not these illegal activities which has been happening here in this parliament, ANC ad hoc committee on Tleko's report, helped by the opposition to undermine Tulima Donsela's report. My question is very simple, Mr. President. When are you paying back the money? Because that is what the public protector said you must do. Not who must do what and all those things. You have never responded, even on the report you wrote to Parliament. You have never given a date and the method you are going to use. You can engage any other process. It will not help you because it comes back to one question. When are you paying back the money? So that is the question South Africans want to know, and that is the answer we are prepared to accept. Not any other form of answer except the date and the method you are going to use to pay back the money.
The Honorable, the President.
Honorable Speaker, I've answered this question. I have.
Those corrupt African leaders must be held accountable despite their position in the government. So these are the words of Julius Malema, and I totally agree with what Malema is saying. Come to think of it, Africa is like the powerhouse of the world. If they need minerals to power the nuclear reactors, they come to Africa. If they need gold for their necklaces, for their whatever they do with the gold, they come here in Africa. When they need the diamond, they come here in Africa. When they need free oil and cheap oil, they come to Africa at a place called Nigeria. When they need whatsoever, they come here in Africa. The person who allows these people to come to Africa, I'm speaking of the West, coming to Africa and doing the wrong things, get the idea right? So these people are allowed to exploit Africa because Africa, we have puppets, we have leaders who are not really leaders, but they are representation of other individuals, they are representation of other authorities in power. So, and I believe this has to stop. We can't be moving, our leaders can't be driving these big cars showing the world that they have money at the expense of that woman suffering, at the expense of that girl missing food during day. It's so hard. Africans, if we want to grow, Africans, if we want to move from the place of dirt where we are right now, we should not elect such leaders into positions.
Honorable Speaker.
No, Honorable Shibambu.
But
I have
he
a
has
list.
not answered the question.
I have a
question
list
about paying back the money. When is he going to do so?
Honorable Shibambu, I said earlier on in this house, when Honorable Steenhuisen was standing there, he might not like the answer, but that an answer had been given.
This is a question and answer session, by the way.
It's factual that there is an answer which you are not happy about, but an answer nonetheless. That's what I'm trying to prevail on you.
On the point of order, Speaker.
No, honorable members.
On the point of order, Speaker.
No, honorable member.
On the point of order, Speaker, I need to address you on one thing.
No.
I think there is a growing trend by yourself, all you speakers, that when the president answers
Honorable
questions,
members.
he answers the way he wishes and he says, I have answered. I think it
Honorable
defeats the role
members.
of this very same house that you as the speaker to facilitate discussions,
Honorable members.
you would support the scenario when a question is asked, it's not answered satisfactorily, and you want us to just do business like that. I think it is self-defeating for the purpose of this house, and I think you as speaker has a responsibility to protect the integrity of this house.
Honorable
That at all
member.
times when questions are asked, they must be answered satisfactorily. And we can't allow that to proceed anymore. Because it means the president must not come to parliament. What is the purpose of the president to come
Honorable
to parliament?
member.
If he comes to parliament, answers
You
questions the
are
way he wishes,
screaming.
and you support that as a presiding officer.
You are
You have a
screaming.
duty to all of us.
You
not
have
only to
not
ANC.
been
You have a
given
duty to South
the
Africans.
floor.
The issue of Nkandla, Honorable Speaker, has the profile has risen outside there. It has risen. I'm from school as I'm here today. My classmate said that when you go to parliament, you must go and ask a question on Nkandla. We have been on the ground when there was constituency time. The community have been saying, go and ask the president on the question of Nkandla. We can't have a scenario where you as speaker, we need to protect the function of this parliament, continue to undermine that function.
A point of order, Chair.
I don't feel sorry for corrupt leaders. I don't feel sorry for Jacob Zuma or any other corrupt African leader. And here is why. Corruption has inflicted deep wounds upon the development of Africa, like a pervasive disease affecting not only the political landscape, but also permeating into the very fabric of families striving for a better life. The problem with corruption is that it does not affect the people who are practicing it. It even goes very far and affect people who are very, very innocent. People are very innocent. You know, if corrupt government, the corruption was affecting the government, but not the people, I have no business doing this video like this. But it's affecting the common man. It's affecting that mama in South Africa. It's affecting those children in Africa. It's not only a problem of Africa. It's a problem that is happening in, it's not only a problem of South Africa, but a problem affecting the whole of Africa and the African diaspora. And this has to be dealt with. Someone like Julius Malema has to stand up and tell these people right into their eye, they should stop the nonsense. So Julius Malema stands out as a bold advocate against corrupt African leaders, exemplified in his unwavering stance against the action of what we've just seen, the former president Jacob Zuma, whose corrupt practices brought about immense suffering and mistrust among the people of South Africa. So bad of this former president Jacob Zuma, so bad of him. So at the core of Africa's struggles lies the corrosive impact of corruption, stifling economic growth, perpetuating poverty, and eroding the foundation of stable governance. You know, the consequences are felt not just in government offices, but also in the daily lives of families, where hope of progress is overshadowed by the reality of a system plagued by corruption. This is so bad. So Julius Malema emerges as a beacon of hope in the fight against corruption, showcasing a steadfast commitment to holding leaders accountable for their action. So in a noteworthy confrontation, corruption and corrupt leaders in Africa are really hurting the continent's progress. Jacob Zuma allegedly stole money from South Africans while he was still in power. He stole some money, and now nobody has the guts to question him to return that money he stole from poor Africans, and he's enriching himself as South Africans, and Africans in South Africa are becoming poor. So Julius Malema is standing and questioning him for this, and this is why I'm telling you Julius Malema is the best African leader. So Malema is brave for speaking out and showing that leaders need to be responsible. His actions give hope to people who want honest leaders. So the fight against corruption is important for Africa's future. Malema and others like him are pushing for leaders to be honest. More about Malema. Malema's courage extends beyond mere political posturing. It represents a resolute dedication to challenging the prevailing culture of corruption that has crippled Africa, South Africa, and the African diaspora. By confronting the powerful, Malema sends a powerful message to us Africans who are not in the government position. Those people who are weak, Malema is their voice. Those people who don't have strength, Malema is their strength. And this is why I'm always telling South Africans, again, let's look at the bigger picture of what Malema is doing. Not everybody can hate him, not everybody can love him, and that is just how life is. Life is that way. But let's look at the bigger good. The greater good is that Malema is fighting for the rights of black people, not only in South Africa, but in the entire continent, and also for the black people outside the continent of Africa, you know? So understanding the urgent need to break free from the shackles of corruption that have hindered Africa's potential for far too long, these issues of corruption needs to be addressed. Okay, the struggle against corruption is not just a political battle. It is a fight for the very soul of Africa. The stories of despair and disillusionment caused by corrupt practices underscore the urgency of leaders like Malema, you know, who boldly expose and condemn those betraying the public trust. In doing so, they pave the way for a brighter future where Africa can break free from the chains of corruption and embark on a journey towards genuine development. And I really love what Malema is doing. Congratulations to leaders such as Malema. Congratulations to the leader from Burkina Faso, President Ibrahim Traore. Congratulations to the people of Niger. Congratulations to the people of Mali. You are not alone. You are not alone. Some of we Africans are with you. We are with you in prayers. We are with you with our hearts. Our hearts are with you. If only I had the chance of giving something to you, I would have, no matter what the size. That's how much I feel for you. A brother is not someone whom you share the skin color. A brother is someone whom you share the same heart, and you resemble each other's heart. That is the true brother. Here is my conclusion as an African who is really bored by this news of corrupt leaders, that a certain amount of money just disappeared. We all have these stories, and it's just pure headache, pure headache. You know, we really should have opposition leaders to punctuate the government, which is the ruling government. You know, it's very tiring when corruption is everywhere and the prices of things are very high, but somebody somewhere is enjoying with their family at the expense of everyone. Taxes are rising up, but corruption is still around. You know, it's tiring. It's very tiring. It's so tiring. People have to wake up and realize that we should not elect such leaders. We should learn that if a leader, we shouldn't elect corrupt leaders, and you'll know them by their fruits. You'll know them by their fruits. So here's something to take back home. So in the corrosive impact of corruption on Africa demands attention and action. Julius Malema's brave stance against corrupt leaders such as Jacob Zuma, the former president of South Africa, is a testament to the growing call of accountability. The path to Africa's redemption requires courageous individuals like Malema, who fearlessly confront corruption and inspire hope for a future where Africans can thrive without the burden of dishonesty and greed. That's it. I have no more to say, but do remember to subscribe to the channel. It really helps your boy a lot. And see you in the next video. Here is something that you should know. Corruption is causing problems not just in politics, but also in families. It extends down to the small families we have. So Julius Malema is a leader who stands up against corrupt African leaders.